everyone, welcome to YourPedia and this is Shubha. So this video is for all the ones who are preparing for Airport Authority of India. And yes, welcome to the part 2 where we have started with a series of vocabulary. Today we are going to learn about the next 25 vocabulary words, idioms and phrases which are going to be very important for your preparation. The total set of 200 important words, I know that it's going to be really boring if we're gonna do all the vocabulary words in one go. That's why we have split the words into multiple parts. Today it's going to be part 2. Remember, the weightage of English is 15 marks, and I always say that the level of English has been mostly from easy to moderate. So it's very easy for you guys to score approximately 12. And yes, if you go with the great proficiency and you go with the rules, you can easily score 15 out of 15 too. In the last lecture, we have done all the words and the document is there on YourPedia panel. These were the list of the words which we covered last time. You have the words meaning in Hindi also. So whatever is comfortable for you, you can just have a good revision of that. We ended on crying over the split milk, and today we're going to start with the next 25 words. So let's get started. The very first word of the day is flog a dead horse, beating a dead horse. Do you think you will have any benefit if you keep on beating a dead horse? No. So that means it's going to be an unproductive task. What can be the meaning of it? To waste effort on something that you cannot succeed on. So you're wasting your efforts on something which has no relevance today. So that is called as flog a dead horse. व्यर्थ प्रयास करना, मतलब मेहनत कोई भी आपकी यूजफुल नहीं जा रही है, कुछ सही जगह पे लगाओ. इंग्लिश सब पढ़ना जरूरी नहीं है. We only have to study what is going to help us. So that is the reason we have to be smart enough. Don't flog a dead horse, guys. Next we have is gift of the gab. Gift of the gab is for the person who is a great orator. We call it out someone who has great narratory skills like Shashi Tharoor. So gift of the gab is someone who is an eloquent speaker. बहुत अच्छे से कोई बोल पाता है, आंखें मूंद कर विश्वास ना करना. Sorry, I got it out. The next one, बोलने की कला में माहिर होना is called as gift of the gab. Ability to speak persuasively and eloquently, that is called as gift of the gab. Third we have is take with a pinch of salt. Take with a pinch of salt means बहुत ध्यान से किसी चीज को करना. That is, if I say you, don't believe him blindly. Take it with a pinch of salt. That is, check the complete evidence. Don't believe him blindly. That is called as take it with a pinch of salt or take it with a grain of salt. What you mean by it is to be skeptical about something, not to believe someone fully. Next we have is break a leg. Oh, this something seems negative, but no. Break a leg means give your best. You're gonna break a leg. That means you used to wish someone good luck, especially before a performance. Like suppose you're going to play something and I say that break a leg. That means just do your best. So it is another way to say all the best, or you just wish someone good wishes. Next you have is cut corners. Cut corners means to go with the straight path. So that is to do something in the easiest or the cheapest way. That is called as cut corners. So you cut the corners and you talk to the relevance. That is cut corners. 11th hour. That is the last possible hour. He just reminded me about the party at the 11th hour. That means at the last hour. So at the 11th hour means at the last hour. Next is have an axe to grind. That means now he is talking to me. That means he has an axe to grind. Maybe he has a selfish motive with me. So that is the reason he's talking to me. So that is, what is the meaning of having an axe to grind? When you have some selfish motive with someone and the other person suspects about it. Oh, he has an axe to grind with you. And that's the reason he's talking with you. Next is smell a rat. When you smell a rat, that means you're smelling something suspicious. Something you find is dubious. Something you find is not straightforward or honest, or something you sense manipulative. That is called as smell a rat. So that is something that's dishonest, something that is wrong. Have an extra grind. You have a selfish motive. 11th hour at the last hour. Cut corners to go in the easiest or the cheapest way. Break a leg. Wish someone best of luck. Take with a pinch of salt. Take something like you have to check it out fully because you cannot trust that thing blindly. Gift of the gab means ability to speak persuasively, you can say eloquently. That is a great orator. Flog a dead horse, to just wait your effort in something you cannot succeed. Next you have is in hot water. Now, in hot water means when you are in trouble, you are severely going to get punished or reprimanded by someone. That means you are in hot water. So when you are in a difficult situation, you are going to be in hot water. Next is read between the lines. Read between the lines says that never go with the literal meanings of idioms and phrases sometimes. I ask you to read between the lines. There is a surface meaning, there is a hidden meaning. So that means to understand the real or hidden meaning behind what is said. That means to read between the lines. Next is see eye to eye. That means I agree completely with you. When you say I agree with you, you can say I see eye to eye. That is, you have an agreement, you totally acknowledge that person. That is, see eye to eye. Through thick and thin, in all different difficult circumstances. That is, like a best friend remains with you in all your thick and thin. That is, in your all hard and good times, he will be your best friend. Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel means that to accept that you have been beaten. Throw in the sponge. That means you accept, you quit. That is, throw in the towel. You give up actually. Next is leave no stone unturned. That means you give all the possible efforts, whatever you can do to give your best, and this is to leave no stone unturned. That is to do every possible effort to find something or achieve something. A dime a dozen, that is very common and of little value. So something that is very, very, you can say, having trivial value of no importance, that is a dime a dozen. Add fuel to the fire, that is when you make a situation worsen, that is you're adding fuel to the fire. What did we revise till now? In hot water, in trouble, read between the lines to understand the hidden meaning, see eye to eye when you agree with someone, through thick and thin when all the circumstances, whether good or bad, throw in the towel, you give up, leave no stone unturned, you give all the possible efforts, a dime a dozen, no possible or of little value, and the next is add fuel to the fire to make a situation really worse. We are left with a few of the words and how you find these words quite easy and interesting. Now, back to the drawing board is when you go back to the square one. That is, you start from the initial phase. Suppose you do not give your best this time, you're going to go back to the drawing board. That means you have to start everything again. In case there is any failure project in the project, so you have to go back to the drawing board and you have to restart everything. So time to start planning again after a failure. Storm in a teacup. A lot of unnecessary anger about something really small. So something that is very small and you get angry on that is storm in a teacup. A hard nut to crack, or it is a very difficult person or even a problem. All at sea. Confused and uncertain. So everything is so perplexed, so confused, that is all at sea. Then is miss the boat, to fail to take advantage of an opportunity. When you miss the boat, I could not take advantage of that particular thing, I just missed the boat. Now in case you are not preparing it well, you're going to miss the boat. That is going to be a golden opportunity for you guys. So that is when you fail to take advantage. Take the bull by the thorns, that is to face a difficult situation with courage, giving your all the best, that is take a bull with the thorns. Turn a deaf ear, that is to ignore someone, what the person is saying, that is take a deaf ear. And break up the wrong tree, to take wrong assumption, or you're going through the mistaken course, that is you are barking up at the wrong tree. That is no use of saying the person who is not at fault or blaming the wrong person. Give someone the cold shoulder, that is to ignore or be unfriendly with someone, that is why you're giving him cold shoulder. These were the next 25 words and I hope they were easy peasy. Let's revise from the last. Give someone the cold shoulder. That means when you are ignoring someone and you're trying to be unfriendly with someone. Back up the wrong tree. That is you're blaming the wrong person. That is a wrong assumption in your mind. Turn a dead ear. That is you ignore someone completely. Take the bull by the thorns. That is to face some difficult situation with courage. Miss the boat, to fail or to take an advantage. All at sea, confused. A hard nut to crack, a difficult problem. Storm in a teacup, a lot of unnecessary anger about something really small. Back to the drawing board, that is time to start planning again after you got a failure. Now these were the 25 words which we learned today, but yes, I'm going to come with the next part really soon and I hope you enjoyed the video. The words are a little harder if you do not pay much attention and you do not revise it. But once you do, each word has its meaning and also it's written in Hindi. So whatever is comfortable for you, you can revise it accordingly. I hope you find the video quite useful and yes, all the best guys. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.